Hi everyone. So if there's any of you out there considering becoming a university student or debating whether to carry on in university, you probably want to watch this, as I'm in the same boat. If your image of university is coming here, doing the occasional lecture, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, then going out, making friends, getting drunk, hooking up, stuff like that, then that's okay for maybe the first term of the first year, or maybe the first year, depending on what kind of person you are, how sociable you are. But if you're someone like me who can be sociable, will have a conversation, but isn't one for seeking out things to do all the time, then the first term, when you're freshers, is fine. But after that, you are either in lectures, falling asleep, or laying in bed all day watching films and catching up on TV series, or starting TV series that you never had any interest in before, but you're that bored. Sorry about that. My flatmate came home and I don't like him knowing about me doing these videos, so I had to stop and pretend that nothing was happening. So it's actually the next day now, and I'm sorry about this light. It's, what is it, 11:45, and the light doesn't come in here until like 4 in the afternoon, so my bad. Is this better with the light? I don't know. Sorry. So everyone always says in life that, you know, your life shouldn't revolve around money. You can still have fun and go out and do things without money, which for like a day is fine. But when you're a student, everything revolves around money when you're a student. You know, you have to afford food, which means having a good time, because clearly all students like to eat food. You have to be able to afford to go and play pool, to go to the pub, to drink, to go to the cinema. So if you're like me and have really, really expensive rent, and all of your loans basically have gone on rent or money that you owe people from summer, oops, then you have no money to do anything, which means all of your friends are going out, even for the simple fact of playing pool, but you can't split the bill to play pool. Then again, you're sitting at home watching films that you really don't give a shit about. Then you think, maybe I'll just go home for the weekend so that I'm not sitting in bed bored. I can go home, see my family and see my friends. But that costs money to go home. Now, unless you have parents who have money spilling out of their pockets, you can't go home every other weekend. You can go home for maybe Christmas and summer, and that's it. So that's kind of the downside. Yes, you're here to learn and to get a degree to help you further in life, but if you look at the statistics of how many people get the job they want after leaving university, the statistics are not that high, or they're not that different from people who don't go to university. If we talk about living situations, that's a whole new thing. Because when you're in first year, freshers year, you will most likely, unless you're a dick, unless your application until last minute, you will most likely live in student accommodation in university halls, which is what I did in my first year. And to be honest, that was brilliant, because you're in a flat with 6 or more different people, and if you get along with them, fine. You've got them. You've also got your flatmates down the hall, your flatmates above you, below you, in your building, in the building next to you, and the building next to that. So you're fine. But when it comes to second year and you have to actually find someone to live with, it becomes more difficult. And the people that you thought you could live with, you can't. Because it's a completely different environment where you have to do everything yourself. You don't have cleaners come in every month to check that you're cleaning. You don't have people to empty your bins for you. You don't have your bills paid for. You have to do everything yourself, and you think that you're an independent person when you come into first year, but you're not. And it just makes living more difficult with your friends. Domino's must make a fortune out of students. Seriously. So in theory, everything at university is a giant snowball, which if you solve one problem, it leads on to another for 3 or 4 years for a normal course. If you want to be a vet or something, you might have to be here for like 8 years. Stupid. Most people find out halfway through their university years, in year 2 or year 3, that they don't actually want to do this for the rest of their life. They just thought it'd be fun, or they thought they were good at it, but then you realise, no, I'd rather just go work in an office. It's going to be so much easier, and leave. So seriously, if your image of university is going out and partying and getting drunk and then doing your exams or your coursework last minute and it being all fine like it is in school or college, it's not. You need to change your mind. Think about it some more. I'm sorry for this sounding like I'm moaning about my own situation, but it's just annoying when you get first years come in and complain that it's not how they thought. And it's like, well, nothing's how you think it's going to be. So get over it and deal with it. Or when they go into second year and they're like, oh, I'm an adult, I can do this. And then 2 months later, oh, I want to go home, I miss being at home where I don't have to do anything. And it's like, oh, for crying out loud. Like, there are no words to describe those people. Me being one of them, sadly. I think I'm just gonna go in a corner and cry and rock back and forth now. Bye.